Hi, welcome back everybody, it's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. We've got a little iron head-to-head video for you today. I'm going to take a look at two beautiful blades in the way of the Titleist, new Titleist 620 MB and against the brand new Mizuno MP20 MB. So two pure muscle black irons, not a lot of technology happening in these heads. Obviously very traditional or weaker lofts that we see nowadays, but very much aimed around that playability, control. But let's see which one gives us the most control with a little bit of distance at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Titleist. Recent release from Titleist of 5 new irons in their range, and the MB being one of them. And as we know with these bladed clubs, there's not a massive amount we can sort of do, or that they can do in terms of changing a lot of weight around the head. Very sort of limited in that aspect, aren't they? So some subtle changes here with the Titleist MB, just that little bit of a chamfered leading edge there, helping a little bit with turf interaction, but very much a clean, beautiful looking golf club. Obviously it's a very compact head, but let's get this first one hit. Got myself out at 170 from this green. Might just be on my limit with this type of loft. Just a little bit into that mat there. It's going to come up a bit short, that. There's a better strike. Beautiful ball flight. Fantastic feel and the sound off that club face. Yeah, that's a better one. First one's a bit of a chunky one into that mat there. So that hit the green quite nice there. That carry, yeah, 164 through the air. So this is lofted in, this is a 7-iron lofted in at 35 degrees, so it is pretty weak compared to the sort of modern irons. The Mizuno is a little bit stronger, it's 34 degrees, so 1 degree stronger, so just got to obviously bear that in mind with the numbers. Lovely, really nice. Very consistent to that second one I've just hit. So everything you'd sort of want out of a bladed iron. This is, you know, the looks are there, beautiful shaping in that toe section, squat, very little offset, beautiful sort of medium thin top edge there. Just looks like you can really play around with this sort of ball flight, manipulate it how you would like to sort of see it, which generally that better, more skilled player would want to do. A little bit pulley on that one, great strike. Just going to catch that left edge, just about there on that fringe. That's a nice shot. Right down it. Oh yeah, take that one as a finisher. Okay, so there's some shots hit with the new Titleist 620 MB pure muscle black iron. It's a beautiful looking golf club, as you'd expect. Titleist have done very good blades for many years, a long time. So let's move into the MP20 MB. A little bit newer to this, but only by a little bit shinier. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, so MP20 in our hands, and what another stunning looking golf club. We've done a recent review of this iron, a little bit more in depth about the whole club. Again, there's not a lot massively happening with the sort of club thin sole, as we've seen with the Titleist. Very clean on that back with the shaping. Obviously, just a classic looking golf club. And it's, again, sitting that down with a golf ball, very sort of similar on the shape to the Titleist there, minimal offset. Very similar on that top line. Probably the biggest difference, I'll just get these side by side, is probably the colouring of it actually, is probably the bigger difference. And maybe the Titleist just got a slightly sharper toe section, but I don't know whether I'm looking into that a bit too much there. But very noticeable with the face, the Titleist is quite a little bit more of a silvery, sort of a lighter colour where the grooves are against the Mizuno, which is a little bit more of a matte finish. So a bit more aesthetics more than anything. But let's get this first one hit with the Mizuno. Again, got myself out 170, so I'm keeping that same distance. That's a beautiful strike. Again, feels fantastic. Yeah, seems to hit that distance quite nicely. Sounds amazing. So we know with the MP20, it's a 34 degree in the 7-iron, so it is 1 degree stronger than the Titleist, so that could just affect a little bit of that ball speed, launch, spin, which obviously we'll have a little look at. It's a little bit low in the face, wasn't the perfect strike. You get that instant feedback with these types of clubs with the blades, so it just drops off a fraction on that carry number there, but still pretty accurate and still making it up onto that green. Beautiful feel, beautiful sound, just slightly pushed that, but again, distance wise looks pretty good. Probably said this to you before on previous videos I've done through hitting blades. I think it's just no better feeling than hitting that blade iron out the middle. The problem is probably nothing worse is when you completely miss hit one out the you know, the toe of the heel, because you seriously know about it, don't you? But in a way, it can give you the feedback as to where you're hitting on that club face to then maybe do something about it and change and try and work on that strike location. Again, good feel, good strike, pretty accurate that time. Didn't quite get all of that, wasn't perfect, but it's done very well there and obviously very accurate. Okay, I've hit 4 shots there. I'm only going to hit 4 with that. I hit 5 with the Titleist, but I'm going to delete that first one with the Titleist because it was a poor strike and I don't want that to affect the numbers there. I want to try and keep the strikes pretty comparison to try and keep the test as fair as possible. So I'm going to delete that first one with the Titleist. But let's go and check some numbers out, a little bit more detail between these two beautiful looking blade irons. Okay, so as mentioned, I've deleted that first one, so we've got 4 shots with each. So let's look at some numbers. So 620 MB, ball speed 119 against 120. So 1 mile an hour quicker with the Mizuno there. Again, possibly can be that 1 degree extra. Also 1 degree less on the loft, slightly straighter face, does generate a little bit more speed. Launching out a little bit low. I did catch a couple of those a little bit low in the face with the Mizuno, so we'll pull that launch a little bit further down, so probably more through a strike as well as the loft difference there. Spin number wise, a little bit surprising there. So we got a good spin number, 6,500 with the Titleist. That's where I expect that number to be. You know, that's a very controllable spin number for me. Really happy with that. Mizuno just averaged a little bit more, 6.7. Just that third one there. Again, probably my strike more than anything. It's just pop that spin up a little bit more. But it's probably not a bad thing spinning more than spinning less, because you know you're going to get more control and more stopping power. So maybe if you miss your strike, you know it's going to stop as well. So looking at carry distance numbers, 166 against 167, each literally 1 yard in it. Front to back dispersion with the Mizuno was 164 to 168, which is good. So 4 yards front to back. Titleist was 164 to 167, so 3 yards, a little bit tighter with the Titleist there. Okay guys, there we go. There's 2 absolutely stunning irons in my view. Pure blades, pure MBs, muscle backs, MP20 against the 620 MB from the Titleist. Obviously not a lot in it, and to be honest, I didn't expect to be a lot in it there. I think feel wise, if I'm going to cut this down the line, the numbers don't really sort of change it there. We know there's a 1 degree difference there, which isn't really going to affect my choice if I'm buying. What would affect me a little bit more is instant look as I sit down by the golf ball. You know what? They're really hard to split for me. The shaping of them are both very nice. I probably quite like the Titleist just because that's slightly more silver on the club face, maybe just sort of seeing a bit more of the face there. The way they came off and the way they felt was pretty similar to me. It didn't feel a lot of difference between them. They both felt pretty soft on the feel. The vibration, the sensation, the sort of sound, the ball flight was very, very similar with them also. So not a lot cutting it there. Possibly a little bit of that Titleist, maybe hitting off turf, which for that chamfered leading edge might be just a little bit better turf interaction. Possibly I have to do a little bit more testing on grass there. But very tough to split those two. I think they're both really cracking irons. You know, I think for some guys it might be a little bit of brand preference they would maybe sort of choose there. If you're buying into a brand a little bit more, you've had them in the past, you've had good experiences with them, you maybe sort of then just edge a bit more towards that particular club. Okay, 2 really good clubs though. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Blades, are these on your radars? Are you feel like you're good enough to play blades? Want to sort of sample it? Definitely advise you to go out and test these yourselves. Obviously a lot of different shaft options through fitting. Got to get them dialed in for you. But let me know your thoughts as always. If you haven't subscribed, join the content I'm putting out there, please consider doing so. Very much appreciate it. Follow up on the social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter, and the handles there are @MNGolfCoach. And hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.